guys, welcome to another video. I hope you're all doing well and are having an amazing day. In today's video, I will be sharing with you some of the most delicious cinnamon fragrances that will definitely make you feel warm and cozy on a cold winter or fall day. The first fragrance we have on the list today is one of my absolute favorite fragrances to wear during the winter season. It is a very cozy, warm and comforting fragrance, and this one is Oajan by Parfums de Marly. This one is a rich, sweet, dense, creamy fragrance. It opens up with a very strong and powerful cinnamon and honey. The cinnamon here is very spicy, and it almost makes the fragrance feel very boozy. The honey is sweet, thick and creamy. As the scent dries down, it definitely becomes softer and smoother, and the initial booziness that you get right when you spray it, it definitely kind of fades away, and you're left with this heavenly cinnamon, vanilla and tonka bean scent. It is absolutely truly delicious. To me, it is also very gourmand, and it reminds me of a apple pie or apple crumble. Oajan is also very similar to Angel's Share. However, it is, in my opinion, creamier and smoother and less boozy than Angel's Share, but still pretty similar. To me, this is definitely one of the most perfect winter fragrances, because on a cold day when you spray this all over yourself, it really warms you up and it makes you feel so cozy. It's very comforting, very delicious, and it really fills up the whole room and the air with a delicious coziness. It is absolutely adorable. Next, we have another stunning cinnamon fragrance, and this one is Divine Vanille by Essential Parfums. Again, another fragrance which is pretty similar to Angel's Share, but definitely less boozy and not as sweet and thick as Angel's Share is. This one is more of an aromatic, spicy cinnamon fragrance, which opens up with a little bit of sage at the top and cinnamon, of course. I can definitely smell the sage right when I spray the fragrance, but it only lasts for a little bit and then it kind of fades away, but it definitely gives the fragrance this aromatic feel to it. It also feels a little bit smoky to me because of the incense that we have in the middle notes, but I feel like this really makes the scent more addictive and seductive. It dries down to a gorgeous vanilla and tonka bean base, which smells absolutely heavenly. In the air, this smells so beautiful, so sexy. It is absolutely stunning, and this to me is really a less boozy, less sweet and softer version of Angel's Share. It becomes very smooth and soft in the dry down, and in my opinion, if you love Angel's Share, you can definitely give this one a try, because it is affordable and it's still very good, and it's pretty similar to Angel's Share as well. Next fragrance on the list is currently my absolute favorite cinnamon fragrance, and this one is Secret of Success by State of Mind. This is one of those fragrances that was an instant love for me. The moment I smelled it, I was just in love, and this is a fragrance that I just want to keep on sniffing and sniffing and sniffing. It's so good. It is an aromatic, spicy fragrance which opens up with the most vibrant and beautiful combination of cinnamon and grapefruit. The grapefruit here feels very zesty and bright, but it also feels a little bit sweet, so it kind of reminds me of candied ginger in a way when I first sprayed the fragrance. The grapefruit mixing with the cinnamon creates the most beautiful experience ever. It feels fresh and bright, but also warm and spicy at the same time. I also have some tea in this fragrance, which adds a little bit of a herbal feeling to it, and it just makes it extra cozy and comforting. To me, this is the perfect fresh winter fragrance because it smells so fresh but also warm and spicy at the same time. It's very comforting and cozy, but also very uplifting as well, and it's just perfection. Secret of Success is absolutely stunning. It is one of my absolute favorite fragrances at the moment. It is an amazing aromatic tea scent with delicious cinnamon and citrus. Next fragrance we have is a fragrance which has become very popular, and this one is Khamrah by Lattafa. This fragrance has become very famous as a clone for Angel's Share, but in my personal opinion, this is definitely not even close to Angel's Share. It's a completely different fragrance. However, it's definitely very beautiful on its own. To me, this one is a very delicious, very sweet, again very warm and cozy fragrance. We have cinnamon, dates, pralines, vanilla. It smells absolutely beautiful. It is slightly spicy, slightly powdery. And the sweetness here is not too much as well. It's definitely not overly sweet. The cinnamon also gives it a little bit of a boozy feel to it, but it's definitely not as boozy and as spicy. It's very well balanced. To me, this fragrance honestly smells like a box of chocolates or pralines. You know, when you first open a brand new box of chocolates, this is what this fragrance reminds me of. Very yummy, very delicious, very seductive, a gorgeous cinnamon fragrance. Now we have one of the sexiest fragrances within my collection, and this one is Bouquet Ideale by Xerjoff in the Khamrah line. I absolutely adore the tiny little 30 ml bottles of Khamrah. I just think they look so adorable. And this one is a very seductive and addictive fragrance. It opens up very strong and powerful. The opening can be a little bit harsh at first. There is also a little bit of fruitiness and sweetness coming up when you first spray the fragrance. It almost feels like there is some type of a berry in there. I have described this before. This way it feels like there is some fruit in there at the top, even though it's not listed. It definitely feels very fruity. To me, this is like a fruity cinnamon fragrance. It is slightly spicy, slightly sweet. It is very addictive. We have cinnamon at the top, and in the middle we have some woods as well. There is a kayak wood, which is adding a little bit of a smoky feel to the fragrance. We also have sandalwood, which makes it smoother and creamier, so it's like the perfect balance. It is slightly spicy, slightly smoky, creamy, slightly sweet. It is a very addictive cinnamon vanilla fragrance. It is very woody as well. Absolutely stunning. It is heavenly in my opinion. In the air it smells very addictive and very seductive. It's very sexy. It's perfect for date nights during the colder days as well, and I absolutely love this one. Next, we have one of the most delicious fragrances that I have ever tried. This is currently the most delicious fragrance that I own in my collection, and this one is Starlight by Xerjoff. This is a fantastic scent. I am completely obsessed with this one. It is so warm, so spicy, so sweet, so cozy. It opens up with a very strong and powerful spicy cardamom and some bright bergamot. Definitely a very strong cardamom note, and here the cardamom is very prominent. If you like cardamom fragrances, you should definitely check this one out because it is a masterpiece in my opinion. In the middle we have a delicious sweet cinnamon and some almond. This is a very sweet, delicious, cozy scent which smells to me like a creme brulee croissant. It's definitely very gourmand, but also it feels very sexy and seductive at the same time. This one would also be perfect to wear during the holidays because it just feels so cozy and warm and comforting and delicious. Last but definitely not least, we have another phenomenal cinnamon fragrance, and this one is Tony Iommi by Xerjoff. I know, shocking, another Xerjoff fragrance. As you could already probably tell, I'm a huge fan of Xerjoff fragrances, and this is definitely one of my most favorite fragrance houses. This fragrance is an absolute perfection. It is just stunning. It is a rum and cinnamon heavy fragrance. It opens up with the rum. There is also a passion fruit note in the beginning, which I honestly cannot really pick up. In the middle we have the cinnamon, a little bit of leather, but the leather here is definitely not very strong. It's just very subtle and it's adding a little bit of depth to the fragrance. There is also a patchouli note, and I am not the biggest fan of patchouli, but the patchouli in Tony Iommi is a very dark, rich, delicious, chocolatey type of a patchouli, and I really don't mind it. It's just done very beautifully. In the base, we have the most delicious notes. We have some caramel, some vanilla, some sandalwood. When you first spray the fragrance, it's definitely very rich and strong and powerful, very boozy and very spicy because of the rum and the cinnamon. But as it dries down, it becomes very soft, sensual, smooth. It is very delicious. It's definitely an amazing fragrance, and I feel like everyone should have this one in their collection. If you love cinnamon fragrances and you haven't tried Tony Iommi, definitely check this one out because it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay guys, I just saw that I had a little piece of my hair just hanging around over here, very lonely, so definitely ignore this part. And if you made it up until the end of this video, I would really like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know down in the comments which are some of your favorite cinnamon fragrances which you absolutely love to wear on a cold day to make you feel warm, cozy, sweet, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye!